What's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy Sunday. I hope you're in the mood for lamb chops because today I'm going to show you how to make these delicious lemon garlic butter lamb chops. It's going to be paired with a fantastic sauce and the whole recipe comes together super quick and easy. But before we get into that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Here today I have 4 of the most beautiful lamb chops I might have ever seen in my life. Shout out to Wegmans. Check out your local butcher. Try to find ones with this beautiful marbling. That's gonna let you know that there's a good fat content, and as we all know, fat is flavor. We're also gonna talk about this garlic that we have here. You need plenty of garlic for this recipe. Some fresh rosemary, lemon, parsley, some shallot, a little Parmesan cheese, plenty of that Kerrygold butter. To infuse that garlic flavor even more, we have some garlic infused olive oil. For the seasoning, we're going down with some of my all-purpose seasoning, along with some lemon pepper and some chili powder. All right, first things first, it's important to allow your meat to come up to room temperature before you cook it. Not necessarily all the way up to room temperature, you just don't want to cook it when it's ice cold. So 15 minutes out on the counter is about what you want to do. We're also going to season them a little bit in advance, allow that seasoning to penetrate the meat. The first coat is going down with some all-purpose. If you don't have my all-purpose, use whatever your favorite all-purpose seasoning is, or just a little salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, things like that. A nice generous application of that. And then we're going down with some lemon pepper seasoning. It's a light coat of that. We have some fresh lemon zest and lemon juice going into the recipe a little bit later, so no need to go too crazy on the lemon pepper. And then a little chili powder. This is gonna add some nice color, some nice depth and flavor as well. Try to get a nice, good quality, fresh jar of chili powder. That chili powder you've had in your pantry for the last 5 years probably needs to be replaced. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm sure one of you guys did. So to make sure we get the fat cap seasoned as well. That's why I like to do this on a plate or this butcher paper, because you can kind of roll the lamb chop around, make sure you get the edges. Repeat those same steps for the other side and let them hang out on the counter for about 15 minutes. That's how we're looking after we're all seasoned up. Nice thick lamb chops. Man, Wegmans really did their job on these. Now we're gonna get started on our lemon, garlic, and herb butter. Here we have 1/2 stick of butter, partially melted. We're going in with a teaspoon or 2 of garlic paste. I'm also gonna add a couple tablespoons of this garlic infused olive oil. To bring the lemon flavor, we got a little lemon pepper seasoning and some fresh lemon zest. The zest of about 1/2 of a lemon. That's gonna add a real nice pop of freshness to the party. Cut through some of the fat. And in my opinion, lemon pairs beautifully with lamb. So if you've never tried it, definitely give it a try. Next, we're going in with 2 tablespoons of parsley. Let's give it a rough chop. And then about 2 teaspoons of fresh chopped rosemary. Lots of flavor in here. All these flavors paired nicely with lamb, steak as well, and chicken. You can put this on pretty much everything. I'm going in with a little bit of all-purpose seasoning and then a pinch of that lemon pepper seasoning as well. Last but not least, guys, optionally, you can add a little bit of red pepper flakes just for a little bit of heat. And the color contrast looks nice as well, but it does add a little bit of spice to the party. Get in there with your rubber spatula or spoon and just give everything a nice mix. Beautiful color on this. This is gonna add tons of flavor to the lamb chops. Once we cook the lamb chops in the skillet, we're gonna remove them, add some shallot and some fresh garlic, add this butter, add some white wine, and you'll have yourselves a phenomenal sauce to pair with your lamb chops. Look at that. Now it's time to cook up our lamb chops. Here I have a 12-inch cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. To that, I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of avocado oil. Avocado oil has a high smoke point and it's great for high heat cooking like we're about to do right now because it won't burn as quickly. We're gonna cook these lamb chops over medium-high heat until they get a nice color. Always lay the meat in away from you. Almost dropped it and embarrassed myself, but luckily I didn't. Press down for maximum surface area contact. So for these guys, since they're pretty thick, I'm going with a medium-high heat instead of straight high heat because I want to slow cook them a little bit more. We do want to get a nice char, a nice crust, a nice sear, but we don't want to get too hard of a sear too early because then the inside of the lamb chops could be undercooked. So we're going to slow play it a little bit, just give them a little extra time in the skillet to cook, probably about 7 or 8 minutes in total. After a couple minutes, I'm gonna give that fat cap a little love, allow that fat to start to render a little bit. Then we'll flip them over. I'll show you guys how we're looking. Absolutely beautiful lamb chop. Perfect crust. So with thicker lamb chops like this, you want to flip them every couple minutes just to make sure they're cooking evenly. These look absolutely beautiful. Perfect crust. And you want to cook them to your desired internal temperature. For me, I like mine about medium for lamb. Medium rare. If you want to cook them a little bit longer, you can pop them in the oven to finish at 400 for about 10 minutes or so. We're gonna give these another 2 or 3 minutes and they should be good to go. So before we start our sauce, I'm just gonna brush these, give them a little baste while they're still hot with that fantastic butter that we made. Because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. And we need as much flavor as possible on these lamb chops. So just a quick baste in this lemon and herb garlic butter. Oh man. And then we're gonna make a sauce to pour on top as well. No flavor left behind, people. All right, so we're gonna drain some of this excess oil and add some fresh butter and get up all of that flavor off the bottom of the skillet. If you see anything that kind of burnt, which this doesn't look too bad, but if you see any burnt bits in there, you can remove those, but you wanna leave some of that in there for flavor. And that again is why it's important to not cook it at a super high heat for this recipe. So as you can see, we got some brown bits in there, but they're not burnt. We're gonna leave that in there for our butter. So for this sauce, I'm going in with a couple tablespoons of diced shallot. Working over medium-low heat now. We've allowed the skillet to cool a bit. And then a nice tablespoon of freshly minced garlic. I'm gonna cook that down a bit. And that residual oil and fat and flavor from the lamb. Then I'm going in with a couple tablespoons of that compound butter that we made. So mix all that together. We'll deglaze with a little bit of white wine. And you got yourselves a sauce for your lamb chops. Let's add another tablespoon or so of diced parsley. Oh man, it smells good in here. Make sure you taste as you go, guys. Most importantly, when you're adding the wine, I'm going in with about a cup of dry white wine, something like a Chardonnay. Cheers, my friends. Not bad. We're just gonna let that simmer for a couple minutes. Allow the alcohol to cook off, leaving behind all that delicious flavor. A little fresh lemon juice for good measure. And there you have it, folks. That is your sauce for your lamb chops right there. Seasoned to taste. We're gonna kill the heat. The only thing left to do is plate this up. Today we're gonna plate these beautiful lamb chops up with some lumpy, thick, smashed potatoes and some beautiful asparagus tips. I don't know about y'all, but my wife is gonna be super happy when she gets home because lamb just so happens to be her favorite. We're gonna lean 2 chops up on there like so. and you have yourselves a fantastic lamb chop dinner in about 30 minutes or less. Doesn't get more flavorful than this, my friends. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. Can't forget that lemon garlic butter sauce that we made. It'll be a shame to let that go to waste. And now for my favorite part of the job, it's time to get in there for a taste test. Because today I'm gonna show you guys how to make this delicious lemon garlic butter lamb chop recipe. Is that how I wanna say it? Lemon garlic butter lamb chop recipe.
That's what you said.
How to make these delicious garlic butter lamb chops. Garlic butter, lemon. I knew I was fucking something up. They're super easy, they come together really quickly. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy Sunday.